Welcome to the next episode of Waterpark Rangers Let's Play Wind Waker. Last episode, we departed from the Forest Haven with Ferora's Pearl, meaning that we have 2 of the 3 pearls, and we started on a northwest trek to basically get in the right row to head west to the next island that we need to visit. So going northwest directly from the Forest Haven, we have come across this island, which is actually located dead center in the middle of the Great Sea. 6-Eye Reef. We're getting it charted right now. There really isn't anything you can do on the island itself. However, there is something you can do in its quadrant, and it actually will be quite good for us to get it now, seeing as we actually got a heart piece last episode, along with a treasure chart at Private Oasis. If you haven't seen that, I recommend you just look it over, because we're really trying to get everything. If you miss an episode, it means you're missing out on something that, even if it's not related to the story, is pretty critical in terms of completion. Because, don't worry, at least I don't think there's a single episode that happens without us getting something done, so really it's pretty important to just make sure you're seeing all of them and not just picking up from a random point if you're actually intending on getting this complete. So although we have the wind blowing to the west because now we're in the correct row, oh yeah, Ocean Octoroks, just to warn you, these things will appear relentlessly in a swarm. If you try and fight them, you can eventually kill them. It'll just take forever to kill them all. And yeah, they shoot cannonballs instead of rocks, like the river Octoroks, so keep that in mind. They only appear in specific quadrants, and this just happens to be one of them. Anyway, you don't want to miss this submarine as long as you're in the 6-Eye quadrant. It has a few bokoblins on the edges on those rafts. They're really not worth our time or attention. Really only the submarine has what's critical here. And I say critical. No, not really, but it's nice to have. And so we're going to drop by and get it. So this submarine is a bit more challenging than that one that we had the empty bottle in. The reward is actually perhaps a bit worse, considering that there are really only 4 empty bottles in the game, making them pretty rare. But it's still a good reward in any oh crap, Green Choo-Choo is hiding inside that barrel. Yeah, while you're fighting these moblins, there are barrels that contain other types of enemies. Among them are morphs, those very annoying little buddies that annoyed us in the Forbidden Woods, only briefly. I was gonna say to no end, but that would be a flat-out lie. They're not that bad. Anyway, the spears can break barrels and stuff, and they're quite powerful, so do not get hit by it. Oh crap, yellow Choo-Choo. You can grapple red jelly off of it because there actually is no yellow Choo jelly. Before you attack them, stun them with the boomerang. The grappling hook will stun them, but for a very short period of time. Get them with the boomerang, and then you can attack them. That's how you fight yellow Choo-Choos. They're uncommon, and it's very rare to encounter one this early in the game. But I think I might mention how you'll fight them for when we encounter more of them later on. So that takes care of the Moblin, as well as all those Choo-Choos hiding in the barrel. Red, green, and yellow. There is no blue, because the blue is a bit more rare. There actually is one more color of Choo-Choo, but it's an enemy that is not encountered until a fairly late point, so they're still not appearing this early. I think this has more morphs in it. Might as well just use it to fight the Moblin. Yeah, okay. Well, that's out of the way. Now let's fight the Moblin. Whoa, that was nice. So yeah, they have quite a few maneuvers using their spear. They can swing it from the side, swing it from top down. Either way, it's pretty heavy damage. And after you knock at their weapons, they will try and grab more of them, so keep that in mind. And you can wield their spears for massive damage, but it's not easy to do when you're so close to a wall like I am. See, it's just not worth it. They're destroying us, basically. Alright, let's grab it and try and move away so we have more space to wield it. There! Crit it. Alright, it's down. There's going to be one more Moblin. Yeah. It won't be a problem at all. So this is just good practice, because Moblins are encountered pretty commonly later on. A lot of stuff is going to happen later on, as you can tell. This is a long game. Alright, oh, we need that heart. We took a little bit of damage in that battle, and I think we can get, yes, another one of their spoils. Excellent. And now we can actually get the treasure that they were all protecting on the submarine. What could it be that's so important that 3 Choo-Choos, few morphs, and 3 Moblins would have to guard? It is a piece of... Yes, it's a piece of heart. I was worried for a second it would have been a treasure chart. But it's a piece of heart that gives us our 7th heart container. Excellent for this point in the game, might I add. Once again. Because if you're not getting the pieces of heart, you will only going by heart containers, you will only have 5. But we have 7. It's a world of difference. Anyway, now it's time to continue sailing out of this quadrant. Now that the wind is blowing west, we will be heading to an island located west of here, so just keep that in mind. Oh, okay, we sailed in the wrong direction for a second. So I'm going to be cutting ahead till we reach that island over there. See you then. This new island, Cyclops Reef, just like Six Eye Reef, but with less little, plateaus, or whatever you'd call them, inside the reef. Once again, you can't really do anything inside the reef, so just my advice, try and avoid the enemies around here. You can't fight cannon boats at this point in the game, you don't have the equipment to do so. That weird enemy you saw right when we entered this island and is currently still chasing us, it's called a Sea Hat. Sea Hats are really weird. Basically, remember the Pea Hat enemy from the Forbidden Woods? No? Well, it was that thing that had like a helicopter head. And yeah, they're a bigger version of that. They look a lot more fearsome, but strangely, they're actually just as weak as their counterparts. Only difference being is I think they may be a bit more aggressive, that's only due to their speed and size. They still only take 2 hits to defeat, one with a boomerang and then basically another with a boomerang. And I think they only do a quarter heart of damage as well. So that's all there is to say on the matter, and once again we will continue sailing west to our destination. See you then. We are here at Greatfish Island, the next island located west, where the next pearl is supposed to be.
Look, Jack, do you see it? What has happened to this place?
So this is Greatfish Island, where the next pearl is supposed to be, and from the looks of it, looks like it's seen better days.
What is the meaning of this? The island, it is... We are too late. I knew he had precious little time, but I never suspected how little. A great water spirit named Jaboon once lived here, but no sign of him remains. Ho there, Jack!
Ho there, who says that these days? In this day and age. Of course it would be Quill. I think this is actually the last time we ever get to see him, which kind of makes me sad in a strange way.
So, you're here. I've been looking for you. Are you by chance seeking the great spirit, Jaboon? I'm sorry to report to you that Jaboon can no longer be found here. Just look at how this place has been torn to pieces. I suppose this, too, is the work of the Shadow and Forsaken Fortress. But fear not, Jaboon was able to flee this island before it was attacked. He's in a safer abode now. Would you like to guess where that abode may be? On the island where you were born, on Outset. Yet even if you were to go to Outset now, you would not be able to see Jaboon. The cave where he hides is sealed with a mighty stone slab that repels all who try to pass it. Why, not even the pirates with their mighty ship could get in. I must apologize, Jack. I thought if anyone would know of your whereabouts, it would be the pirates. I told them this tale without so much a thought for the consequences. I don't know what they hoped to get, but they immediately set sail for Outset Island and tried to break into the cave. It is lucky they cannot gain entrance. I have heard that they were last spotted on Windfall Island, but doing what, I do not know. If you wish to see Jaboon, I think you'd better search for the pirates on Windfall Island. What an eerie island this is. Everywhere else boasts clear skies and calm seas, but this place suffers under dark clouds and rain. Baloo must have been right when he asked me to bring word of Jaboon to you. He called this island cursed. I would counsel against staying here longer than you have to. But that is your decision. I have told you of Jaboon, so my task is complete.
I know that earlier I said that this would be the last time we'd see him, but now that I think about it, we actually do see him again, so I guess my comment is no longer valid.
So, Jaboon has survived. The sea spirit has lived through the trials of many long years. He must have caught wind of Ganon's attack beforehand. If we are to believe the words of the Beetle Postman, then the pirates know something about the cave where Jaboon hides. Why don't we go first to Windfall and search for them there?
Well, that's a brilliant idea, Mr. Talking Boat, but Quill kinda already suggested that like a minute ago before you started talking about it. Not that that matters, because right now we are looking for a hidden item which is on this island. I remember just passing over this, probably like a lot of people do in the first playthrough. Only later on, a cousin of mine actually pointed out that this hidden item was here on this island. There are so many hidden things in this game, and finding them without a guide really is just part of the satisfaction. But, you know, I guess that's kind of the dilemma of an LP. Like, you can enjoy it, but would it spoil the game for you? Most likely. Anyway, from here we're going to be changing the wind's direction using the wind's Requiem to get it blowing in the direction that we need it to, in order to sail using our Deku Leaf to where it needs to go. It's kind of in a difficult place to see, especially in the storm. Just make sure you have a lot of magic in your magic meter, because this flight kind of does involve a bit of distance. I think we're good at it as it is, though. We're probably just going to cut it a little bit short. Oh, speaking of which, we're getting close on the end of the episode, so I guess once we get the treasure here, we'll call it a day. We'll call it a day. Sorry. Anyway, in here is a piece of heart in the spiked treasure chest like it should be instead of a treasure chart. And with that done, we are going to continue going after the pirates next episode. See you then.